This is also a busy slide. And the reason I included this is because this is something I created based on the OFEV website. I went in and I pulled many recommendations for what foods to try to eat more of and what foods to try to minimize to prevent side effects and diarrhea from happening with OFEV. I've had really good luck with these recommendations so far. So when you're thinking of the diarrhea, so usually foods that we're thinking of eating would be foods like protein, meals and snacks, and fruits and sweets. So we're thinking of which ones to focus on. Protein is definitely our main one to help try to minimize the diarrhea from happening because protein has a lot of substance. So protein hangs around in the body for longer and it can help mitigate diarrhea from happening or prevent diarrhea from happening. So we try to eat as much protein as we can, of course, not overdoing it, but thinking about having protein with our morning and our evening dose of OFEV is where it can be more helpful. So I usually say try to have breakfast and dinner that has more protein in it and take your OFEV dose right after that. That can definitely be helpful from that regard. And then meals and snacks. So trying to make sure you're eating meals that are a little bit more bland and still making them enjoyable, but trying to avoid foods that can trigger diarrhea. So spicy foods, high fiber foods, fried or greasy foods, alcohol, milk products. Those are ones that we think of more so to cause side effects. So usually what I recommend is keeping a journal of what foods are working well and what foods might not be working as well. Because if we can kind of track what meals and what snacks are working with your doses, then we know what to think of for moving forward. Other diarrhea mitigation strategies, so use of Imodium. I don't typically recommend Imodium right off the bat because some patients don't have diarrhea or only have it for a little while and can easily manage it with their diet. But if patients are having diarrhea and we need to use something, then Imodium is something we can resort to. The other option is to dose reduce. So looking at the studies, if we did have to dose reduce for a little while, it doesn't have much of an impact on the benefit of the OFEV. So it's better to have a little bit of a dose reduction and be able to manage those side effects. And then we can consider increasing the dose a little bit later once you're tolerating the medication a little bit well without compromising the benefit.